I have made $14,487 today taking an NQ short. As you guys can see here on the right on the screen, it's my Topstep X accounts. I have 5 accounts, as it says here, leader plus 4, 5 150k express accounts, and I made 2.89k on all 5 of them, so around 14.5k dollars. Now I still need to make around 2.5k more in order to request my first payout. My first payout is gonna be, I think, 25k minus like 10% the profit split, so it's gonna be a 23k payout. Hopefully I'll get that next week if I don't mess up the trades. But just want to break down the trade that I took today because it was a very clean move, and this entire week has been pretty clean on NQ. We had shorts all the way from the upside, and every single day I was looking for sells basically. If we go on the higher time frames, the way I trade is the same thing, like the same exact concept. I was looking at the weekly to come for this weekly low, 24.804. That was the weekly low. That was my target for this week. Daily, as we can see, that daily order block, daily demand area, that was my target. If we go on the 4 hour, right, we've seen price react here from the area, but this is very important, right, because a lot of my students were actually looking for buys. And if we just look at the 4 hour structure and we mark the highs and the lows, right, we have the high here, we create a new low, then we create a new low, and then we have this high. So my 4 hour structure at the moment, this is the 4 hour high, this is the 4 hour low. As long as the 4 hour high is respected and price starts to realign bearish, it's gonna head for a new low, right? We did have a reaction very nicely here, but we did not complete the break of structure. So we did not have a break of structure to the upside to confirm buys. What happened instead is price reacted from those areas. And if we go on the one hour time frame, we can clearly see price coming down. Now this happened over Asia, so I wasn't really watching. The next day, which was actually yesterday, Thursday, I didn't really manage to catch anything. I just caught a small retest here. So basically price started dropping way before New York Open, the market open, and I managed to catch some shorts here if I'm not mistaken. Had a bigger stop loss, and I think I just went for 1-to-1. So it wasn't a very clean trade. Then the next day, and by the way, this right here, right, this was a very clean setup, because if you draw the fib from the high to the low, because we had 15-minute 1 hour break of structure to the downside, we can clearly see price came back into that 0.7 flip zone. So same exact concepts that I used trading EURUSD, GBPUSD, same concepts that I used for so many years to make a lot of money from prop firms and from trading the forex markets they apply to NQ as well. So we can see the flip zone right there. 15-minute structure, we had the 15-minute high, we had the 15-minute low, right? Let's mark them. So I just explained to you. Then price broke structure, realigned bearish, and the flip zone is basically this small area just before the break of structure. That's a very powerful area. And we can see the wicks here. Those wicks are golden, and price came right into it, 0.7 fib, and we can see the big drop. So let's go back to today, right? Price headed yesterday for the daily lows, it took them out, so a bigger expansion to the downside was expected. And just watching on the lower time frames, waiting, London just started dropping. Market is approaching the open, right? So what I do before, I didn't record a live trading session, but maybe I'll do that again from not next, but when I'm back at the office, maybe I'll do that, just so I show you guys live how I do execute the trades. Now it's just more of a breakdown showing what I traded. So what I do before market open is I just mark the previous lows and highs. You can see 5 minute, right, created a low here, and that was the high. So that's my range. So basically I'm just waiting, watching the 1 minute time frame and just watching price action, right? So let's see what happens. Price drops immediately, creating a new low, right? It took the low. So now once 5 minute closes, I can, okay, look at that. So pretty big drop on the 5 minute. So once that happens, now I have new highs and new lows. It's just basic markets. You mark the low, you mark the high. Now that's my range. So what I can do is I can take the high and the low and mark my fib retracement. Now NQ doesn't usually retrace, but because this was such an aggressive move, I was just waiting for a retracement in order to take a trade. I did not want to take a trade on impulse because we also took out, right, another liquidity point. We took out another daily low. Which one was it? It was 5 minute coming down, right, right here. So we took the 24.937, this daily low. So we took another liquidity point, right? NQ moves between liquidity points. Those are usually daily lows, daily highs. So we took out another daily low. And you know, I was expecting price to retrace a little bit because the next daily low, the next target was all the way down there. So let's go back to what happened. I'll just do it live like this. So now I'm watching, right? I'm watching to see if we have an aggressive retracement, and that actually happened. Price comes back and taps the 0.62. Now I usually want to get that 0.7, but because price was so bearish, I just didn't want to wait for that. So what happened is price came down, and then the next 1 minute candle created a wick up. Usually for confirmations, I want to see a candle closing bearish, right? So that happened, and then next 1 minute candle open, create a wick up. I executed the sell, put my stop loss here in case price wanted to tap it, and then my target, my TP was around the low. So around the lows, it was exactly 1 to 2 for me. So that was pretty nice and pretty quickly. So I basically risked around 1.5k on the trade in total, and I made almost 3k. I did close a little bit early, almost 3k on all 5 accounts. I managed to take more trades around this area on my other accounts, on my Funding Next future, and on Lucy Trading. I took this trade, and yeah, that's about it. What else? Oh no, Tick Trader. It's also getting set up for a payout. So been pretty consistent with trading NQ, which I really do enjoy. I didn't trade Monday or Tuesday, just traded the last 3 days of the week, and this setup was pretty clean. And then we can see price just retested the same area, right? And this time it actually gave confirmation. So the other entry would have been price retracing, right? We create a new low on the 1 minute time frame. I don't really like drawing fibs on the 1 minute time frame, but let's just do it for this video, right? So we draw the fib now from the high towards the low. Price retraces right here because we were drawing on the 1 minute. I kind of like waiting for price to hit the extreme area, right there, the supply area. And then price, we can see, breaks down, aggressive, then retraces, and that was another entry that anyone could have taken. It was pretty clean. You wait for 1 minute to close, bearish, gives confirmation, same exact setup. We can go for a new low right there, right? And we can see it was just very clean price action. And then price just kind of continued down. Now it's looking like it wants to reverse. Weekly close is, coming in. So all my higher time frame targets have been hit for today. Probably next week I'm gonna target this weekly lows right here. I think those are the next objectives, but most likely weekly candle will create a wick up before flipping down. So that was my trade today. Again, made profits. That was pretty good. Up 7.6k per account, so that's $37,000 in total in just under 2 weeks, 1 week and a half. I just need 2 more or 3 more good trading days, make that 10k balance, and then request a 5k payout on all my 5 accounts, and that's on Topstep. I'll do the same thing on the other accounts. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys a quick breakdown, and hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below if you caught any trade on NQ this week. Subscribe to the channel and let me know if you guys want to see more breakdowns or live trading from me.